friends, my name is Akidiris. Yes, I know that the announcement for Fooly Cooly Season 2 and 3 was announced, and yes, while I am excited for it with the high hopes knowing Kazuya Tsurumaki will be giving direction to Motohiro, I do see some drawbacks on the new seasons that are keeping my emotions balanced afloat until then. But first off, I wanted to discuss some things to those who have found Fooly Cooly hard to grasp or difficult to see any plot to it at all. Now, you may have heard fans of the series telling you that it's a masterpiece and it's a work of art, and while I still believe this being that Fooly Cooly is in fact my favorite anime, I don't blame a good number of people who have difficulty seeing the meaning behind curry being thrown up and a boxing glove coming out of Haruko's vagina. Anyways, so my hope by the end of this video isn't to guarantee you'll have any more appreciation or interest in watching Fooly Cooly than you do now, but I want to touch on a few things on what has made this anime so unique to the niche audience it's brought in. First off, Fooly Cooly is a very casual yet abstract anime that is very fast-paced with a vaguely implied storyline that makes it very difficult to follow. In fact, I wouldn't be surprised that if you asked most Fooly Cooly fans on how they understood it, they'd tell you they had to watch the anime more than 3 times. But many abstract anime is interpretive and mainly meant to enjoy the concept of what you see is what you get. Now, the summary of Fooly Cooly put shortly is that it's about growing up and hitting maturity, but not even this summary is what hit home with the fans in the first place. I would even say that this anime was a psychological coming-of-age story just because of how much mindfuckery goes on throughout the series. So then the story pulls you into a long 6 episodes of bizarre and crazy occurrences that oddly give it a fun pace. And given that it was aired on Adult Swim alongside these TV shows, where they're also bizarre and random with minimal artwork, there was a niche audience that was being reached out during its airing, which were probably teens and young adults who wanted to just stay up at night chilling, wanting to be entertained by whatever came their way. A lot of these TV shows did give us a what the fuck vibe that eventually just grew on us, and seeing an anime that just gives us just a little bit more chaos, of course we would have welcomed it with open arms. Second, the vibe Fooly Cooly gives from the characters' developments to the soundtrack and to the minimal, inconsistent art style mesh the feelings of both music and nostalgic emotion. Now, remember that niche audience I was talking about earlier? As hard as the story in itself was to grasp the first time, seeing a couple of kids, irresponsible adults, and 2 schoolmates hanging on a bridge smoking, flirting, and all around seeming like they have no direction in their lives is what really related to a lot of people. While we might not know what's going on in the anime right off the bat, no pun intended, there's a lot of coming-of-age kids and young adults who did seem lost. And seeing this anime painting a picture of some of our lives was oddly comforting. Even the soundtrack, played by a highly underground band at the time, meshed itself into an emotional chord with the story and its viewers. But I digress with the cheesiness I'm bringing out here. Lastly, there is heavy symbolism, it's just that it's really found to those appreciative enough of the anime to go in depth with it, up until you realize that this anime's foundations came from a guy who just threw a bunch of his favorite things into a series, and you'll either learn to appreciate the guy for being so spontaneous or continue to question what the fuck was he thinking. Kazuya Tsurumaki based this anime on a simple concept of growing up, and made it all his own personal work. And by personal I mean this anime might as well have been improvised, because of how many things related specifically only to him. You wouldn't even know some of the symbolisms until you read what he said in his own words. Like for example how spicy curry was something only he believed to only be liked by spontaneous and extroverted people, thus why he gave this trait to such crazy characters like Haruko and Naota's father in the first place. And this is something you can either learn to love about the anime or something you think was unprofessional as an anime. To me personally, I think this anime related to me in ways that showed me how life is random and it's chaotic, but you just have to live with it. And most of the time you don't know what's going on when growing up. You're just brought into this chaotic world of people expecting everything out of you. Now I know a lot of people still don't see Fooly Cooly that way, and there are other ways or other anime that have interpreted that same message more clearly. But knowing the background of the story being made for just the hell of it is why I'm so passionate about it. As far as season 2 and 3 goes, I stay optimistic that Kazuya Tsurumaki still remembers those foundations of Fooly Cooly season 1 that made it so special, but there's always the possibility of it being a money grab. However, Cartoon Network and Toonami have been wanting more Fooly Cooly for years, so this project I have no doubt is going to have a lot of love put into it. But the execution is also going to have the assistance being put out by some fairly new team members, so I'm going to ease down the hype I have for now. So let me know what you guys think of Fooly Cooly and your own analysis of it. And those that are excited for the new seasons, let me know in the comment section down below if you think it'll meet the same standards or not as the original. I appreciate you guys for watching. Subscribe to my channel for more anime and otaku related content, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye bye! Season 2 and 3 is nothing without the pillows.